Super Mario Maker 2 is one of my favorite Switch releases. I love playing through a ton of levels and even making them myself. However, after playing for a long time, you start to notice things that are minor annoyances. Today, I want to discuss 10 things I would change about Mario Maker 2. Now, this isn't things like 10 new items I would add or 10 new mechanics I would add, just things that I'd want changed. And again, the only reason I'm giving criticism is because I love this game, and seeing as it is likely to get updated still, I want to see if it gets some of these things. The last thing I want to mention is that I won't be mentioning online multiplayer with friends, because Nintendo already said they're working on it. And remember, if you enjoy this video at any point, then please leave a like as it would help me out a ton. But anyways, let's jump right into it. So for my first one, I want us to be able to edit downloaded levels again, or at the very least be able to view them. In Mario Maker 1, it was always really interesting to download a complicated level and see how it worked. However, in Mario Maker 2, we can no longer do this. We are only able to play the downloaded levels. I imagine this was done so that we could download more levels. However, I don't think it would take up too much storage to let us edit these levels, or at the very least let us view them like we can our own uploaded levels. This would definitely be something I would like to see in a future update. This one wasn't in Mario Maker 1, but one I feel like would be very cool to see. I think that each level should have a record ghost attached to it. Basically, if you don't know what I mean, I want each level to have an attached video of the world record player's run. This could help in many ways. For one, it would help players understand the world record strategies to help improve their own, and it could also serve as a way to find cheese in your own levels. If there is cheese, the world record holder likely abused this to be able to get the world record, so maybe this could help you build future levels to prevent cheese. Even if you can't race against the ghost data like in Mario Kart, this would still be a very helpful feature if it was just a video. This one is pretty simple, but I think you should be able to get as many lives as you can in endless mode. At the moment, it caps off at 99 lives, which to me makes no sense. Seeing as it is endless, there should be no reason to even have a life cap. Like, what if someone got up to 99, couldn't get more, then died later on and lost the run? That'd be a bit unfair. Even though losing 99 lives would be pretty hard either way, but I think you should still be able to get infinite or at least more than 99 lives. However, keeping it to 3 per level still makes sense, as you wouldn't want like one level to give you like 100 lives, like that'd be unfair. So yeah, keeping it 3 per level still makes sense. Another small one, but if there's a multiplayer versus tag, why not a co-op one? I'm sure there's a ton of good co-op levels out there, however since there isn't a tag for them, it's hard to find them, or get them out there. I think this would go a long way in not only getting more co-op levels made, but also making co-op mode a lot more fun. As you can see in the footage here, this is a horrible level to get for co-op, so I would love to see a co-op tag. In a few months, if it isn't already at that point, it'll be nearly impossible to get the Royal Crown and attire, which requires you to get number 1 on one of the leaderboards. So I propose having a second version added to each of the leaderboard types that refreshes monthly, like the Maker's one. That way we could still have a permanent one, but also have a temporary one which will allow more players to actually have a chance of getting the Royal outfit. There are very few scenarios where I can see people actually getting number 1 now. Like, the only time maybe world records is if you steal a bunch or if everyone steals from number 1. And really, it's going to be really hard. Like, I don't think there's any way to even get easy at this point unless D-Steve just stops. This is more of a fun one, but I think we should be able to like and reply to comments. This one would just be a nice way to interact with the community, and there's been several times I've wanted to like or reply to a comment. With Miiverse, I do believe it was possible to do this with Mario Maker 1, however, my memory's a bit fuzzy, so I'm not entirely sure. But it would still be really nice to be able to talk to the people that leave comments in your levels, or at least give them a nice. It would be a simple but nice change. Okay, so this change for Mario Maker 1 is really annoying. Basically, you used to have multi-select and copy were placed on separate buttons, which worked perfectly. However, now you have to click the buttons like a cycle, so it goes from normal to multi-select to copy. This is always really annoying, and there really isn't any reason they should have changed this. Maybe it was so making levels were easier on Joy-Cons, but why not only switch to this control scheme when making in multiplayer or with Joy-Cons? All they'd have to do is switch it back to how it was before, or at least add back the option. This would make making levels significantly more fun to create. Now, everyone has been wanting this since Mario Maker 1 was released, and really, this is one of the very few heavily requested features that wasn't added here. I think we should be able to search either with names or with keywords. Like maybe sometimes someone would want to play a level based off Mario Kart, or like Shovel Knight, but instead of easily being able to do this in-game, you have to look up levels online. Seriously, this would make finding levels you're looking for so much easier, and would allow for players to get a lot more levels that suit their interests. You could also combine this with the existing advanced search to make finding levels you want to find a breeze. I'm not sure how hard this would be to implement, but this really should come in an update. This is what I'd personally like to see. I'd like to see the amount of boos my level has. Even if only the creator is allowed to view this amount, it would still be pretty beneficial. Maybe they could even say who booed your level and where, so you can know where to improve on in future levels. However, I do understand why this isn't here. A lot of players will die once and boo a level instantly, even if the level doesn't deserve it, and that could really upset a lot of people. So, I think it would be nice if this was optional to be able to see and set to off by default. Still, this would be a very nice addition, and would likely help me a lot in making future levels. While the rest of this list wasn't ordered at all, this is definitely the change I want the most. That being unliking and unbooing levels. Seriously, there have been several times where I accidentally booed a level I really liked, or liked a level I really hated. Especially in the case of accidentally booing, this makes me feel horrible. So I suggest a simple change. Just let us undo this. Like seriously, there's no way it could be that hard to implement this, and it would really only help out. The only issue I can see is maybe there would be some difficulty calculating maker points, but still, I don't see that really being an issue. This is definitely my most wanted change and would help a lot, and it also isn't too difficult to implement, so it really should be something they should add. But anyways, that's it for this video. What would you all change about Mario Maker 2? Let me know in the comments. Now just as a reminder, I love this game and it is practically perfect. These are really just the few problems I have with it. But remember, if you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and consider subscribing for more content on Mario Maker 2 and anything Nintendo Switch. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.